Hi, I'm Simon from Tara Analytics. In this video, I will take you to the Tara Routing Driver Runsheet app, or the Tara app for short. The app is designed to be used with Tara Routing, our route optimization and delivery management platform. This video has been created as a training resource for drivers to learn how to use the app. By the end of this video, you should be confident to access run sheets, load units, start route, complete jobs, and close your route at the end of the run. I have timestamped each section of the video, so feel free to use that to jump around to the relevant bits. First, you'll need to install the app. On your phone, go to Google Play Store for Android or App Store for iOS and search for Tara Routing Driver Runsheet app. It should be the first result, but I've included a picture so you can double check. Download and install the app. When you first open the app, you will need to set permissions. Please allow access to camera, storage, and set location access to always allow GPS tracking, even when the app is not running. You may need to go to the phone settings, search for Tara Routing Driver Runsheet app, and manually change location settings to always allow GPS if your GPS location is not showing properly in the Tara routing interface. With the app installed and permissions set, you're ready to load a run sheet and start making some deliveries. There are 3 ways you can load run information into your phone to make deliveries. The first and easiest is to scan your run sheet QR code. Open the Taro app and from the home screen, click Scan a Run Sheet. This will open the camera. Next, take the printed run sheet that has been given to you by your dispatcher and scan the QR code in the top left-hand corner. You can also scan the QR code from your dispatcher's computer screen. Once the Taro app recognizes the QR code, it will load the run information. You will be asked to accept the Taro terms and conditions and privacy policy before landing on the home page. You can also load a run sheet by clicking on the run sheet link that has been sent to you via email or SMS. Clicking on the link will automatically open the Taro app and load the run sheet. Finally, if your organization has created a driver account, you can log in and access runs assigned to your user account. If you ever load the wrong run, don't panic. Go to Settings in the top right-hand corner of the home screen, scroll down, and click Load Run Sheet. The current run will be discarded, and you can now load the correct run. Now you've loaded a run sheet and accepted the Taro terms and conditions, you've landed on the home screen. From top to bottom, this screen shows you run information, driver name, total jobs and units, unit loading and unloading progress bars. As you scan barcodes, these progress bars will advance. Start and close route buttons. Currently, they are both grayed out, but when you have loaded all units, start route will be highlighted, and when all jobs are completed, close route will be highlighted. Navigation bar to jump between different app screens. The most important of these app screens is the run sheet. The run sheet screen has a load tab, an unload tab, and a returns tab if your organization uses this feature. The run sheet lists the jobs in the order you should visit them. It shows the planned ETA, customer details and address. Clicking on the address will open Google Maps, Apple Maps, or Waze and start navigation from your current location to the address. You can set your preferred navigation app in settings, and it also shows you any delivery instructions for the job. Next, we have the unit screen. Here you can see information about the units to be delivered. The unit UID is the barcode number the app is looking for when scanning. You can also search for specific units or barcode numbers in this screen. Finally, we have the map view. This is an overview of your route. Now we've familiarized ourselves with the run sheet, it's time to get going. Before you can start route, if your organization is using units, i.e. scanning barcodes, you need to scan or treat all units at loading. From the Run home screen, click the barcode icon next to loading. The camera will open and the app will start looking for barcodes in your run. When a barcode is recognized, you will receive a notification of a successful scan. The unit will be marked as loaded OK or your organization's default loading proof reason. If a barcode that is not in your run is recognized, you will get an error notification. You may create a unit with this barcode if your organization allows it. There are various camera scanning settings you can change. The bar along the right-hand side of the screen allows you to control focus. Along the bottom, from left to right, you can turn the phone's light off or on, toggle between loud, vibrate, or silent notifications when a barcode is scanned, load a container if your organization uses the container module, open the keyboard to manually enter a barcode number, or close the camera. Clicking the chevron above the loading bar will open up job information to show detail on the number of units loaded and waiting to be scanned for each job. Clicking on a job will show the unit or barcode details. You can also search for a specific barcode by the barcode number. Now, what if there is an issue loading a unit? The two most common issues encountered are damaged or unreadable barcodes or units that are just physically missing. If you encounter this issue, expand loading information by clicking the chevron, open the job, and select the unit in question. If the barcode cannot be successfully scanned, click Barcode Issue and manually create a loading proof. Note, the job proof will note that there was a barcode issue. If a unit is missing, follow the same initial steps, but instead of clicking Barcode Issue, click Missing Unit. The unit will be recorded as missing at loading and an unsuccessful proof will be sent. Any other issues need to be addressed from the loading run sheet. For example, if you, as a driver, believe a package was damaged before it came into your possession and you want to record this information, first scan the unit, then exit the camera and go to the loading run sheet. Enter the job and find the unit in question. Click Edit and then Create New Proof. Choose the loading proof reason, example, loaded with reservations, and add any additional proof information, photo signature or comments as necessary. Then submit the proof. An additional unit proof will be created and stored in the Taro system to reflect this information you have provided. Once all units have been scanned, return to the home screen and the Start Route button will be highlighted in orange and the loading progress bar will be full. When you are ready to depart, click Start Route. You will be prompted to add run proof information, your odometer or trip reading, and then any photo, signature, or comments as required by your organization. When you click Start, the GPS tracking on the phone will begin. ETAs at each job will be updated for your dispatchers and customers, and a run started tag will appear at the top of the run sheet home screen. GPS tracking will periodically report your location back to Taro for planners and customers to see. By default, it will report every 7 minutes or 500 meters traveled, but your organization may change these settings. Once you have arrived at a job, navigate to the Unload run sheet and select the job you are currently at to open the delivery checklist. The delivery checklist has 3 steps: scanning, customer acceptance, and job proof. You need to complete each step before advancing. Click the barcode to start scanning. The camera will open and start to look for the units or barcodes associated with the job that you are currently in. When a barcode is recognized, you will receive a notification of a successful scan. The unit will be marked as delivered OK or your organization's default delivery proof reason. Otherwise, the camera functions in exactly the same way as it does while loading. Once you have scanned all barcodes, close the camera. The delivery checklist will automatically advance to customer acceptance. Assuming everything is okay, click Accepted, and you will advance to the job proof. The job proof is where you can record photos, signatures, or comments related to the delivery. If everything has been scanned and the customer has accepted, the job proof will default to delivered OK or your organization's default proof reason. Your organization may require a signature, photo, comment, or any combination of these. The app will tell you what is required, and submitting a job proof will be blocked until it is completed. Once you've submitted this required information, hit Successful to submit the job proof and finalize the job. In this case, because everything has gone right, Unsuccessful is grayed out. When you submit a job proof, you will be automatically returned to the run sheet and the completed job will be grayed out. The proof information will update the Taro interface, so your dispatcher or transport planner will immediately see the proof information and your ETA at subsequent jobs will be recalculated. Not every delivery goes correctly. As with loading, the most common issue is that you cannot scan a barcode because the unit is either missing or the barcode is damaged. In this case, you should enter the job and open the camera. Expand the delivery bar by clicking the chevron, as you did at loading, and select the offending unit. Modal will appear where you can either declare the unit missing and an unsuccessful deliver proof with a missing proof reason will be sent for that unit, or you can declare a barcode issue and select the relevant deliver proof reason, e.g. delivered OK. Note that the proof information sent will record that the barcode was not physically scanned in this case. Once you have done this, continue with customer acceptance and job proof as you normally would. Note that if there are missing units or the job proof reason would say delivered partially or not delivered missing, and the successful option may be grayed out, forcing you to say the delivery was unsuccessful. Alternatively, if you cannot make a delivery because all units are missing or you have no access to the delivery address, the customer is closed or not home, enter the job and instead of opening the camera, hit problem. Here you can select missing or closed no access to mark all units with this proof reason and advance to the job proof. In this case, the job proof has automatically defaulted to closed, no access, and unsuccessful is highlighted. Another common issue at delivery is the customer not accepting the delivery for whatever reason. If, after scanning units as delivered OK, the customer raises an issue, you need to hit problem at customer acceptance. Here, you can mark one or all the units with an exception based on the customer's objection. Let's say, for example, the customer believes one unit is damaged and does not want to accept it. Hit Problem and select the unit by its barcode number. Edit the proof and choose the correct proof reason, either delivered reservations, if the customer wants to accept the unit but may raise a claim later on, or damaged, if the unit is to be returned to the warehouse. The exact actions to take in this case will depend on your organization's policy. When I click Unsuccessful, a new unit proof will be created reflecting the customer's objections. You can now return to the delivery checklist and hit Accept and advance to the job proof. If you are ever unsure about a delivery or you think you have made a mistake in the unit proofs that have been sent, be sure to note it in the job proof comments and then discuss it with your dispatcher or the warehouse manager at the next opportunity. In case you got something wrong, they have the power to manually create a new proof from the interface to correct the record. Once you have submitted proofs, closed all your jobs, and arrived at your end location, maybe the final job, maybe back at the warehouse, the final step is to close your route. If all jobs have been closed, the Close Route button will be highlighted in orange on the home screen. Click it, and you'll be prompted to add run proof information, the same as you did when you started the route. Your odometer or trip end, then photo, signature, or comments as required by your company. When you click Close, GPS tracking on the phone will end. Your run will be cleared from the phone, ready to scan a new QR code and go again. And that's it. A quick introduction on how to use the Taro app. There are plenty of things we didn't cover in this tutorial, example, how to use containers or how to manage returns, and we will look to cover them in future videos. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to the Taro team. We're here to help you make sure that every delivery is a successful delivery. Have a great day. Goodbye.